Real Locker Room Talk Season 3, Episode 1 starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
Are we here? Did it
We're
happen?
back. Ooh. I'm cracking fingers.
I didn't do my Pilates this morning. I'm a little tight.
You know what? We should have stretched before this.
We should have done something. I'm nervous again.
You got
Jeff's doing the stretches.
Jeff's doing the stretches.
Jeff's been doing a lot of things.
Oh, he looks great. I feel like I haven't seen you in a year or something.
You leaned out. Are you in the
there's
gym?
something-
Are you
there's
working
something
out or
different about
something?
I went camping. A
He's
lot.
darker.
Yeah.
He's darker.
Camped by a lake in BC for a week and a half. And, you got to chop wood. I was out riding the bike 6-7 hours a day. But, it was wonderful. I loved it. I want to do it again a lot more next summer.
You look refreshed.
Oh, thank you.
That's exactly
And I noticed BC downloads were up, so one can only speculate.
That's exactly it.
So we got Jeff's summer.
Jeff Summer.
What about your summer?
My summer, let's just say Baby Watch 2019 has concluded.
Wow. Unreal.
It's, you know what? I have to say, the greatest thing that I've ever been able to create. And obviously, I had a partner in doing so. We had a beautiful little son. Konstantinos was born July 22nd. Kid, right on time. He is not like his father. I mean, this kid said he was coming. He was coming. He did not hold back.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a beautiful, most amazing thing. And props. It's been a month now. Okay, he basically came right after the last podcast. He was right around that time.
He knew.
He knew.
He did you the favor.
He did me the favor. He's like, Dad, hold the umbilical cord. I'll be a minute. And he came out, and you know what? He's healthy, happy, fantastic. But I give major props to all parents out there. All parents out there. This is a full-time job. No joke. And one last thing. Kids are like ticking time bombs. There's no red cord to cut. There's no blue cord to pull. They will go off every 2 hours, no matter what.
You know, they really glorify this in the movies, and they make it out to be something that it's not. The whole process is a whirlwind.
Yeah.
You have to be ready for anything.
Oh, at all times.
It's like bingo.
It's
you know
like
in bingo, you're just standing there with the stamper.
Sure.
You don't know what number's getting
No,
called.
you don't know.
You kind of know you're playing the game.
Right.
But you just got to be ready. It could be B1. It could
gotta
be
be ready for everything.
072.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't know.
You don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
So this is one kid after 1 month.
Yeah, man. I'm not lying to you. Let's just say, snippity snip, 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 like that. That is probably going to be happening.
You're absolutely right. It's a whirlwind, and half the time you're in it, you're going, "Oh my God, when is it going to be over?" And then 18 or 20 years down the road it is, and you're going, "Where did all the time go? How
Yeah.
did it go so quick?"
Absolutely. I could make this
can
whole
only
entire
imagine.
podcast about this little guy.
Are we
and what a-
transitioning into parenting?
You know what?
Is that
Parenting.
what
Real locker room parenting. That's what we're going to start doing.
we,
It's a
don't
new
really,
se-
we don't really know sports.
No, we don't know.
Just talk it.
And we barely know parent. Well, I can tell you, I definitely don't know anything about parenting. You should see me with this little guy. It's not.
He is a cutie, though.
Oh,
eh?
thank you.
He is a
Appreciate it. Thank
cutie,
you.
man. He's
But what about you? How was yours?
You know what? It was a really, really great summer. I spent most of it in Calgary, enjoyed the time, but I went to Tennessee. I went to go visit our Tennessee downloads.
What's going on down there?
Brendan, Vanya,
Yeah.
the
family.
the laws.
Let's call it what it is.
They're the family.
This is the son-in-law that is loved.
He's the marquee son-in-law.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy, and if you see the setup down there,
Well,
you understand why. You know, we live down the street, we're convenient, but this guy, he's got the in on the family. I'll tell you right now. It's unbelievable.
Is it good enough where the in-laws might move down there? Is it that good?
Oh, it's great.
Oh,
it's great. But I wouldn't want them to move down there. I don't want them to ruin it for me. I want to move down there.
You want to go down there. I could see you as a Tennessee guy.
So we went to East Tennessee.
Yeah.
It was a really nice family recharge the battery trip. I got to tell you, it was the perfect vacation.
Beautiful.
Nice to see a different part of the United States of America where we get downloads and where we're loved.
Nice.
And I love them.
Hey,
I came back half American.
you did it for the people.
I came back half American.
Well done.
I got to tell you, though, Tennessee, East Tennessee, God bless these people. There are Trump 2020 posts like
yeah.
on every household. It's open carry and a bottle of bourbon you can buy for $40 American. Premier.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Really?
It's unreal.
And Marketing Matt, the final guy at the on our roster here. Marketing Matt, how was the summer?
It was good. Went by too quick, though.
Well, a little too quick.
A little too quick.
I actually forgot that you were around. I was worried sick. I called Dimitri a few times thinking, are you still alive? Because I know you took up, you got your gun license. I thought you went hunting. I thought a bear got you. I'm not going to lie.
Well, hunting season isn't open yet, but I did do a lot of camping. Went to Cincinnati as well. Check some of that out.
That's
Wow.
right.
Yeah.
You guys hit some premier Cincinnati, Tennessee. You don't hear that too often
Well,
as summer vacation
after-
hotspots.
What we do.
After one of the rallies there, I saw some guys wearing the Maga hats, the
Oh, really?
full U.S.
They're ready to
blazers.
go.
Oh, they're ready, man. I'll tell you that.
Stay
They are,
tuned.
wow.
Stay tuned. We got sports, politics, and parenting on here. Season
We've
3.
revamped.
Real locker room talk. Right down to the...
You know what? It's so crazy. We took, what is it, just over about a month? Is that what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying?
about
Just
a
over
month.
a month, actually.
Ask Jeff, how's your checking account going?
He's like, it's funny. You're getting we're-
Oh, you guys pay me?
So
Hurry up.
I feel like a kid at
Change the
school.
subject, change
you know,
the
like
subject.
first day of school, you're like, what am I going to wear? What am I going to show up with? Who's in
Exactly.
my class this year? Did someone leave? Like what's? I feel like I'm at school. It's a little nerve wracking.
Well, you know what? Don't worry.
Except I know the difference.
What's that?
You know, when you go up a grade, you don't know what to expect.
Right.
However, when it comes to real locker room talk,
Yeah.
we know what to expect.
That's true.
And we expect an itinerary of great stuff. And Mitch, you know what?
That's
Let's
right.
get back on familiar terms here. What's on the show tonight?
Let's do it. Listen, we took a month off, and you know what? We did it perfectly, might I add. All right?
Yes.
Like, outside of the fact that the little guy came, you needed vacation to Tennessee. Marketing Matt needed to go to Cincinnati. Jeff needed to go to some beautiful Revelstoke area. We needed to do stuff. Bottom line, there wasn't a lot going on. There's a couple of things I want to touch on. Couple of things. So, the itinerary, NFL, literally 10 days away to the 100th inaugural season of the NFL.
Wow.
A little NHL talk. Yeah, that's right. We're going to talk NHL because I got something to say.
And you know what, NHL? Guess what? You get the forefront again.
You get the forefront.
Okay? The season's over.
That's right.
NBA took you over at the stretch. But you know
Absolutely.
what? It's second chance.
Like cream, you rise to the top.
we reset.
We reset.
We understand what you've done for so many years.
That's right. We know where the bread gets buttered, right?
Well, exactly. Or where the butter gets the bread.
That's
Either
right.
way.
Either way. However you want to say
It's
it.
a marriage.
It's a marriage.
Okay. Now, I got to know this.
Yeah.
Rapid banter.
Oh, it's on.
Oh, thank God.
Rapid Banter is here. We got everyone's new favorite segment, Maclin Minute, the CFL Maclin Minute. And then,
Hold your horses.
that's right.
There's a little something else. Jeff doesn't know about it.
No.
Marketing Matt doesn't even know about it.
Not yet.
We're a podcast of the people.
That's right. We heard you.
That's why season 3, episode 1,
Right.
we're introducing the Major League Minute.
That's right.
roster. We hear your calls.
It's your new favorite
we
segment.
understand that we don't talk baseball, but we're going to give it to you because we are a podcast
That's right.
of the people.
And then we finish it off with the true bread and butter. It's Maga Malaka. And we'll tell you what that is at the end.
But before all that,
How much were you waiting to say that?
I've been practicing for 5, 6, what seems my entire life. And Jeff, cue the music. That right there might be my greatest achievement of all time, line for line.
Really?
But we got to give to you the Headversity metrics of the week. Headversity.com is the leader in mental workplace resilience. And if you don't believe me, it's very simple to find out. You go to Headversity.com. You're allowed to make a profile. Get interactive. Get with Dr. Ryan Todd and Dr. Karen McNeil. Get a profile. Get on the newsletter. They are doing some really great stuff. And I'm going to tell you something really exciting about Headversity as well. They just secured another round of funding. That's right. You are going to be getting more Headversity all the time. Head office in Calgary. The thing is beautiful. We love what they're doing. We love it so much that when we come and look at metrics, let me show you a metric.
Yeah.
I don't know how and I don't know why.
right.
But when you look at our Instagram
Has it not?
and you look at something that left at 400,
Right.
but came back at 2,800
Man.
followers,
I just checked it. 3105.
get that!
That's a little something.
Boom!
There it is.
Boom!
We're real now.
Those are metrics.
We are significant.
We are players.
We're real. Real locker
You
room.
want to be the podcast? Then you got to beat the podcast. Woo!
That's right.
Now, you'd think, did anything else change?
Not really.
Nothing else changed.
Nope.
Because we're also still on a very beautiful website and platform called Agape Greek
that's right.
Radio. AGAPE, GreekRadio.com. You can still stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, Sunday, anywhere in the world. Stan the man has got the plan. He reached out to us.
Yeah.
And Stan, don't think we forgot.
No, we got work to do.
But we got work to do, but we want to make sure that it's good work, because out of this podcast, it's all quality.
Yeah.
It's all quality.
We only had a month
all the
off,
time.
Stan. We needed to revamp. You know what I mean? We got it. We got it right.
And I just want to say one thing as well. I want to say just a quick thing. We took some time off. I just want to say thank you to the roster.
That's right.
I want to say thank you to Jeff. I want to thank you to Marketing Matt and everyone that helps make Real Locker Room Talk possible, allowing us to take a break, a little bit of a hiatus just to get things done. And the response on the social media channels and the interaction has been fantastic. So thank you, roster.
Thank you very much. One last thing I wanted to just quickly post and say to all the roster out there is on, what are you doing September 19th? What are you doing?
September 9th.
It's a Thursday.
Wait a sec.
That's right.
There's something going on.
There is something going on. It's the Greek community, or the Hellenic Golf Tournament. It's annual. It's amazing. And this year, the council that puts this together has outdone themselves. They've got pre-barbecue. They've got food on some of the holes, like 3 or 4 of the holes. There's going to be some Roma catering. Like this isn't little time catering, big time catering. Roma's probably the biggest in Calgary.
Wedding.
They did your wedding. Exactly. Those guys are going to be doing I think 3 to 4 holes. They got some food waiting for the people as they come around. They got booze. They've got prizes. They've got Jeb Fink hosting the after party, the dinner party, steak dinner after. What else do you want?
He's very entertaining.
He is actually quite entertaining. And you're saying to you, this has got to be $1,000, at least $1,000 to play. No, it's not.
What?
Yeah.
800.
It's less than that.
500.
Not
and
even,
if you go less than I know,
let
you're
me tell you something.
bullshitting.
The reason it's not that much, because we as the Greeks, we want to make it a hospitable situation for you to come to. For $250 prior to September the 3rd, you can get in on all that action. After that, it's $295. Tax receipts also included in that, I might add. And let me just tell you this: you're also getting it. If you're not a big booze guy, guess what? There's a little coffee and donuts before you start the games as
You're
well.
basically getting in for free.
It's literally paying for itself.
Imagine, how do I get involved?
And one last thing.
Do I go?
Do you love charities? Do you love charities? Do you like helping out?
I love charity.
Do you love little kids?
I love kids too.
Well, guess what? They're also in support with the Brown Bag. That's a community.
That's not Matt's girls that he takes home every weekend.
No. That's a totally different one.
Okay.
In this little consistency, throwing that completely off guard. This is an organization here in Calgary that makes lunches for 4,500 kids a day. 4,500 kids here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, that are needing of lunch. The Calgary Greek community hooked up with them as well. So you're doing tax receipts, you're doing charity work,
Wow.
you're doing it all.
Hold on a sec. You mean to tell me that there's a charity out there that is providing meals for 4,500 kids a day?
Yeah.
4,500 meals.
Meals, lunches.
So that means there's way more that need help.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's actually sad. No,
That is
no
sad.
joke.
No
We're
jokes.
entertaining,
That's
but
right.
this number actually just hit me.
That's right.
now.
So make sure you sign up, and we're going to be there. We're going to have a great time, and let's do it up. Let's have a good time.
So where do we find out? How is there? What's the?
Go to the website, Hellenic. Oh my God, the Hellenic.
Okay.
Google Hellenic community.
Yeah,
and it'll
okay.
go right to the website, and you'll find it right there.
Okay,
I apologize.
perfect. And
Yeah.
I think they have the Facebook page as well.
Facebook page as well, all that stuff. And next week
Beautiful.
I'll give you a little bit more insight.
How can you tell Mitch has been getting enough sleep?
Yeah, I am literally. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks. It's true. I almost felt.
Jeff, you know he reminds me of? He's Kramer.
I'm crazy.
I'm telling like
His hair is pretty deep tonight.
he comes in and like, hey Mitch, how you doing? I'll tell you how I'm doing. I'll tell you exactly how I'm doing. Yeah, I've been waking up 2 a.m. Anyway, like it's Kramer.
I'm wiped, man. This kid. Let me.
You're
jokes-
Cosmo Hodges.
Yeah, Cosmos Sanchez. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you guys, if if the U.S. government wants to find all these terrorists or anything, I'll let you know how you do it. What you do is you walk in, you interrogate these people, right?
Okay.
And these people are going to be like, I don't know where this person is, blah, blah. Oh, really? Hold on. You come back, give them a beautiful little baby to hold on to.
Okay.
And just say, I'll be back. And I'm telling you, give it 4, 5, 6 hours. They will tell you everything. They will be sleep deprived. They'll be tired. They'll be exhausted because at the end of the day, the baby takes over. I'm exhausted. So yes, to Jeff's point, I can't remember everything. I don't know where the websites are. I can't remember everything. I can't.
Roster, do some work on your own. What are you going to rely on Mitch all the time?
I got Instagram to take care of. I got a whole bunch of things. I got a kid at home.
Let's get into it. Let's get involved. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it. Listen, we're going to start with the NHL. Why? Because I want to. But more importantly than that, I want to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. And for a little while, I've been bringing this up. I want to talk a little tradition. I want to talk about rivalries and stuff like that. All right? Now, I just said for the 100th time, I have a little boy. So we got this thing in our community, right? 40 days. You got to keep him at home, make sure he doesn't get sick, get him healthy, up and running, right? It's a traditional thing. Sometimes you understand tradition. Sometimes you don't understand tradition. But it's tradition. You do it because you were raised that way, all right? In the 80s, I was raised to hate the Edmonton Oilers. I was raised to say...
It's not your fault. You're from Calgary.
It's not my fault. I'm from Calgary.
If you're from Edmonton,
and if you're from Edmonton, you hate the Flames.
That's right.
It's a thing. This summer...
Although if you're anyone, you hate the Leafs.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
This summer comes around, and I am beyond sideways with regards to what's happening, okay? I see two interactions that happen between two rivalries that should never... and I mean ever, do dealings together. Two trades that had no benefit of any sort of kind. Meaning...
Trump and China.
You know what? Let's put it like this.
Worse than that.
Worse than that.
What?
It's worse than that.
Uh-oh.
Dimitri, follow me on this, okay? If there was a chance where we could pick up McDavid and we had to give up a couple of farmhands, I get it. Make that trade all day long.
100%.
But when you're trading James Neal, who had a horrible Flame season this year, okay? And he's been traded about 100 times prior to that. And you got a guy in Edmonton, Lucic, who had a horrible start to his season in Edmonton, or the last couple of years in Edmonton, and you trade tit for tat. Why was that trade needed to be done? Why? Then I up it one more. Our goalie, the guy that kept us from being a complete rizili, which in Greek means a laughing stock in the league during that playoff run with Colorado, we trade Mikey, the only guy that truly tried, over to Edmonton for the guy that lost his game, Cam Talbot, to Calgary. Explain to me this, Calgary GM. Explain to me, Edmonton GM. Why are you guys dealing together? Tradition is we do not play with each other. And once you start wrecking the rivalry, once you start working together and being friends, you've killed the rivalry and you killed the tradition. I am fed up and I was so upset when I saw this happening.
You're coming in hot.
I got to. I have no, you know what, man? There just comes a time when you gotta stick to your guns. Like I said earlier, if there was a McDavid trade where you can give away some little guys to get the best player in the NHL, I get it. But come on now. There was no reason for these trades to occur.
This was like a bad episode.
There was no gain.
This was a bad episode of wife swap. That's the worst thing about it. Yes. It's the worst episode of wife swap.
It's the worst episode.
We've all been to the hub. We've all seen how this goes. Okay? I don't get it either. What's next? Are they trading jerseys? Are they trading cell phones? Was this a Kijiji trade? I agree with you. Look, here's the thing though, but I will defend on one of them.
Oh, come on.
Hold on.
All right.
I gotta start a little
I'll listen.
Here's my whole thing with the Lucic Neal trade. You got James Neal.
Right.
Did nothing for the Flames.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Flames get into the playoffs, still does nothing.
Yeah.
And they got beat up by Colorado.
Correct.
Fair to say?
Absolutely.
Marketing Matt, fair to say?
Yep.
Alchemy Jeff, fair to say?
No.
Okay. So you trade for Lucic, who he hasn't done much.
Right.
So I get the logic. I actually get it. Why don't we trade? We got beat up. So with a guy like James Neal, we still finished first and had no production from him and got beat up in the playoffs. So why don't we just get a guy who has no production, is a little beefier, so we get less beat up in the playoffs and we have a chance. I get that deal on a deal perspective. But where I'm in agreement with you is this.
Right.
You're trading interdivision, right?
That's another thing.
Like the problem is that what if James Neal, for example, I'll just say on the Calgary perspective, what if Lucic is just a bum now?
Right.
And what if James Neal just needed a change in situation? You don't, guys, this is why the NFL's got to figure it out. You don't do the interdivision
That's
stuff.
right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't hold on.
Yeah.
You don't marry your second cousin. You don't fool around with your third cousin behind the church in the village. You go to the village down the road. Because one of these days, it's gonna haunt you.
That's
And
right.
for the
That's the Mennonite way. That's right.
That's right.
And for the four Greeks that this actually impacted on our podcast,
That's right.
They're putting their hands up
that's
to
right.
God
That's
like
right.
this. They're like, well, I didn't know. My parents took me at 16.
As you gave some great analogies, and I couldn't agree more. But you know what? There was no reason for this trade to happen. Look, man, Lucic had a bad year. Neal had a bad year. So what were you trading? Just you know what? They don't even have to change their license plates. They just got to change their area codes. There was no reason for and the same thing with Mike Smith and Talbot. The contracts are the same. The money's the same. What bothers me is if this happened with Calgary versus, let's say, Florida, I wouldn't care. But this is the Edmonton Oilers. This is the team that, and forget about if I'm a Flame fan or an Oiler fan. What happened to rivalry? We have become so soft as a society that now the rivalries are gone. You can't even have. Who does if Calgary and Edmonton are cool with each other, we might as well just be Florida and Tampa Bay now. Same state, they're down the street from each other, whatever, and they don't care. You think their fans care? And soon enough, the Edmonton Oiler fans and the Flame fans are not going to care when we play each other. And those used to be the greatest games to attend. Why? Because brawls would start. Not that
I have the solution. I have the
violence.
solution. If you change the names of both teams,
Right.
to the Calgary Conservatives versus the Edmonton New Democrats.
Ooh.
And
now see, there you go.
Now we're talking.
But there you go again. Would you trade? No one crosses the floor even in
No,
Parliament.
no.
So you can't get
only
these two.
through the
You can't
wild
trade.
roads, but either then you're in the WHL at that
Look,
point.
man,
Could you imagine the Kennys versus the Notleys? That's what you do.
That's what you got to do. That's what we have to get to. It's the Calgary Kennys versus the Edmonton Notleys. That's what is going to have to happen now.
Now you got rivalry.
Because you killed the Flames and the Oiler thing. You killed it by these
And
two
Neil
trades.
would be in the corner and be like, hey, you smart enough.
I want to know who called
smart
who.
enough.
I want to find out who called who. Was it True Living that called Holland, or was it Holland that called True Living? And either which way, neither should be answering the phone. Whoa, that's an area phone. I can't answer that.
Here's one thing I do
Do
know.
not answer that call.
Here's one thing I do know. James Neal, you better leave your girlfriend at home because you might be on a line with Draisaitl. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You know, but do you follow me a little bit with regards to this rivalry and tradition thing?
Yes.
There are some, like, we are huge Packer fans. Be honest with me. Did it not kill you to see Favre in a purple jersey?
That guy's dead to me. Who is
Well,
that?
there you go. Exactly. You know why? Because there are some things that shouldn't be done. Do you think a New York Yankee and a Boston Red Sox are trading with each other? No.
Can't do
There
that.
are some things that you just gotta leave to rivalry and tradition, and I'm really disappointed. I truly am with the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers. I think it's horrible that they did it.
Didn't bother you at all, though.
No, barely thought about it over the 1 month. You know, like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm like a little old school with that, but there are some things you just gotta leave, and you just gotta leave them alone. That's the way I look at it.
I agree.
All right,
I agree. Don't touch it.
I wanted to get that off my chest. There's your NHL talk.
It had to crawl through 18 pounds of hair,
It
but
did,
it's off your
but
chest.
it's off my chest now.
Yeah.
It's out.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gone.
It's gone. Like
It's
your
gone.
cousin.
I'm gonna
It's
let
out.
it go. It was a one-time thing. She didn't mean anything. It was fine. It was gone. It was over.
I mean, you know, there's over the pants petting count.
Yeah,
anyways.
well, listen. It's all the same at the end of the day. It's
I mean,
all
it
the same.
doesn't count. That's
All right. From there,
That's like getting
we're
thrown out at first
We're going to
base.
transition into the juggernaut. The real, call it, sporting event is back. It's the NFL. It has consumed you and I and this podcast for months on end when
Yes.
it is around.
We don't deny
and
it.
even when it's not around, it seems to somehow take the headlines. Well, this year it's the 100-year anniversary of the NFL. It's
centennial.
back. The centennial. It's a big time.
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing. And it's back. It starts in 10 days. We're excited. We're pumped. I got to be honest. Every year I say the same thing, but I am more than excited.
This is how I know the NFL is the premier of the sports world, to the point where my wife, Tamara,
Yeah.
the other day, and I'm not making this up, because I make a lot of stuff up.
Sure,
I
yeah,
put salt
you're a
and pepper
complete
on my
liar,
food.
yeah.
Everyone knows. The Dimitri stories, I put a little on it.
There's a little-
Anyways, regardless, this is how I know. She goes, you know what? The NFL's starting soon, isn't it? I go, actually, yes, it is. She goes, I gotta say, I love the NFL season. This is my wife. No, she doesn't like sports. Actually, if anything, she's a jinx on the Packers. I hold her personally responsible for
Really?
just being in the room for Aaron Rodgers' demise.
Really?
Anyways, that's another topic.
We'll ask her to leave.
You know what? We should do an episode, Wives in Sports.
Yeah. That's great.
It's a good episode.
It's a good
because
episode.
everyone's been there. Anyways, the point is that she recognizes the time of the year. This is what the NFL is. It's the best constructed league of all time. It takes place in the winter time, right? It comes into fall, into winter. It's once a week. It hits every marker. God bless this league. We look forward to it. We love it.
Right.
And there's only 16 games, so guess what? Every game actually means something.
Absolutely.
I love it.
It's amazing. Look, there's millions and millions of fans, not just in the U.S., in Canada as well. They've really taken on to the NFL.
Yeah.
You got, if you don't believe me, just follow me and go back, YouTube it. This year's NFL draft was done in Nashville, very close to your heart again. Over 150,
pretty much American.
Yeah, over 150,000 people attended the draft. The draft. That's how big the NFL is, you guys. And on top of that, there's something else. It's so big on a different aspect that's what we're going to start today.
Okay.
What's the one thing that everybody and their dog is doing this week? In fact, Real Locker Room Talk has got their first ever fantasy football draft coming up tomorrow. It's the draft parties all across North America going on, starting probably today, all the way right up to the game time of the Green Bay Packers in Chicago that start off season 100. And that's where I want to start this podcast. We're going to talk a little fantasy sports because next week, right before the season starts, we'll talk about who's going to win the divisions, who's going to be in the Super Bowl. And you know, when you listen to the podcast, we're giving you the 100% who's going to be there because we told you so, guys.
That's right. And I just want to say something. Thank you very much for the roster, for answering the call for the NFL fantasy pool. Look, we got Real Locker Room Talk. We're going to post the team names today. Everyone's going to know it. Now, the podcast comes out on the next day. We know that on the Wednesday, but we're going to make a post today. Marketing Matt, I'm talking to you. This is, you have one job, okay? Just one job, okay? Now, turn the camera. I want proof. Let them look at you and say, yes, Dimitri. I got it. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, we're going to post the team names.
Right.
Guys, the draft order's coming tomorrow when the draft happens, 30 minutes before, so be ready. Thank you for everyone to answer the call. But I want to tell, you know what? I'm going to look at the roster. I'm going to look right at your roster.
Yeah, roster.
Let me tell you the stipulation. I should say stipulations that are happening with this fantasy pool. Number one. Yeah, people give prizes for first place, for second place, for third place. But not in the Real Locker Room Talk pool. Winner takes all.
That's right.
That's right. You think you know what you're doing? You think you're the best of the best? Then if you win, you deserve it all. Number one play, it takes it, all of it. But let me tell you what else happens on the flip side. Because I like a little soccer, Mitch. I like the soccer component.
Tell them.
I don't know who you two are, but for the bottom two, that the people that finished bottom two in this draft, you are relegated.
You're gone.
You are expelled.
You're out.
You're out. You are banned for a year. You got to go back on the waiting list, and you just got to hope that there's not a long line. That's right. The bottom two people in every year's football Real Locker Room Talk fantasy pool will be regulated. Thank you, Marketing Matt.
Boom. Done. I love it.
That's great.
Everyone says they're the best at, fantasy. It's
Prove it.
Yeah, let's prove it.
Who do you got? If you got to pick a favorite, right?
Yeah.
Who do you got?
Before I get into that, real quick.
Okay.
Shouldn't this week be a national holiday across? Like, everyone loves fantasy.
Yes, 100%.
So much so that, let's call it what it is. The guy that's at work right now, he's not doing anything. He's not working on that Excel spreadsheet right now. He's literally looking at the fantasy realm. He's looking at who's number one. Who should I take if I get picked as the number one draft pick? Who do I want? The question for me, as you asked me, who do I pick if I had the number one draft pick? You know what? A lot of people will say Saquon Barkley, but I can't go with it. I can't go with the guy that is on a crappy team and unfortunately has no help around him right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to go with a little controversy. I feel like I'm giving it away. I feel like we're giving it away. Should I say it anyways?
But we don't have a team.
We don't have it yet, but I'm scared that people are going to...
we don't have a team.
The thing is, me and you are so good.
Marketing Matt, you're the only representation. We'll get to that in a second.
we'll get to
But
that.
there was so much demand that Mitch and I, we had to pull out.
All right.
We had to pull out like a bad contraceptive method.
It's true. We had no other choice. Bottom line is this. The NFL has now changed to a passing happy league, okay? So I am going with a wide receiver. I'm going with Hopkins out of the Houston Texans. As if he was my number one pick, I would go with him. Saquon, I love you. I think you're a stud. I think you're amazing. But I'm going with Hopkins, number one. You? Who do you got, Dimitri?
Let me tell you something. I'm also going with controversy.
Yeah.
Because it's you're talking to a 4-time fantasy league champion. I don't mess around. I know what I'm doing. I've been at the dance every single time.
Right.
Let me tell you, if I had the number one pick,
right.
I'm a points guy. I'm a math guy. Look, and I'm giving it away for everyone too, but let me tell you what's happening in the NFL. Yes, running backs are a commodity and I get it, but let me tell you about that running back position. That running back position, the whole league is turning to a 2 running back concept.
Yes.
There's not the bona fide runner anymore, and they get injured and they're splitting runs. Forget it. I had the vision years ago when I was winning, and I have the same vision because I'm going to win again.
Preach
if I
it,
have
brother.
the number one pick,
Preach it, brother.
I will take the best point-getting quarterback in the entire league, and no, Aaron Rodgers' time is done. Yes, I know some people are gasping.
I know.
It's my homie,
That's
Patrick Mahomes.
I love it.
Number one pick. The guy's going to get you 350 to 450 for the next 10 years. You keep him.
I love it. Maddie, it looks like you want to chime in pretty bad, so I'm going to say, go ahead.
You guys are crazy, man.
Why?
I don't know. Like, that's just not
Wait a
ADP
minute.
value.
Are you a sheep? Are you saying Barkley? Are you a sheep?
No,
Are
I'm
you
not
just gonna
saying
go with
Barkley.
it? Okay, who are you saying then?
I'm actually saying Alvin Kamara.
Kamara. You know what? I like it.
Hold on.
He's all right.
There's something there.
There is.
In a PPR league, probably the best running back.
Probably the best.
I'll take him over Saquon.
I agree. I hear you. I get it.
Okay.
But why do you like Kamara? Because he's got
Catches out of the back, he runs too, and I mean they split it so well that he does. Well, I mean,
Yeah, but
knock
Mitch
on
catches
wood,
out
he
of the
doesn't
back
get.
and they pick
That's
him
true.
first overall.
You know who's pulling his hair out right now? Paulie D is going.
Pauly
He's
D,
losing it
he's
right
like, No, actually, he's licking his chops.
now.
You guys are idiots. He's like,
He
I'm
doesn't
gonna win for
realize
sure.
this is all a front.
He
Paul.
sends
This
me
is all a front.
he sends me a message. He
Yeah.
goes, not only am I in the pool,
Yeah.
I'm gonna win it.
So who's this guy?
Paulie D.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll find out soon.
You'll
Not from Jersey Shore.
Oh,
Actually, he kind of looks sometimes like he's from. No, maybe the hair.
I can
It's his
see
hair.
it. I can see it.
All right, we said who's the number one. Who's the dud? Who's the guy, the big name that everyone seems to think is going to have a great year, but is going to fall apart?
I got mine right
ahead.
away. Yeah, for me, it's Andrew Luck.
Yeah, that's you know
I
what?
just
We'll
don't
get to that in a
think- hold
second.
on.
That's just cheap. That's just a
hold
cheap
on, but
call.
hold on, it's just I'm a visionary.
That's just a cheap.
and
cheap.
I just don't think that's you know what? I don't think he's got the mental game for it.
If you had to pick how many points we'll have this year, like off the top of your-
Did anybody hear that?
Yeah.
Can we just back up to the visionary part?
Exactly. Did you? How many points do you think Luck will have this year?
Jeff, I can read between the lines. Thank you. Yeah, Andrew Luck. Honestly, he'll probably accumulate like 300 air miles.
Air miles. Got it. Marketing Matt, who do you think is a dud in this year's fantasy NFL?
It's a hard one. I'm gonna go with Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon, eh? You don't think he's gonna live up?
What Ty Montgomery's showing right now, I think it's actually going to be more of a split than a 1-2. Yeah, he hasn't played in a year. He hasn't done anything at camp.
I'm going on your side of the ball, obviously offensively. But what I'm gonna get at is I'm going with the other tandem of the Cleveland Browns. Landry had a great year last year.
Yep.
I think Beckham has a horrible year.
Fun
this year.
fact. If
I think
people don't
Beckham
know,
will not be what everyone says he's gonna be because There's not enough ball in Cleveland to go around. There just isn't. There's not enough ball to go around.
And OBJ, he's a superstar, so people don't really focus on his injuries. But him and Sammy Watkins actually got drafted in the same year.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins has been known to be very injury prone.
Yeah.
OBJ has actually missed more games than him.
You know what? Yes. That's,
no one talks about that.
Not just
Great
the injury.
insight.
That's great insight. Finally, marketing Matt showing up for fantasy talk. I love it.
But I didn't say that because I want him drafted in the first round.
No, you know what? I'm a big believer. I think Beckham is going to fall apart. I think the hype of it all is just too much. And I hate to say he's just going to be covered too much. It's just Baker Mayfield is another story all in its own. We can get into that another time. And I think Landry actually might have a big year because they got to throw the ball somewhere. And I think he's going to be more open than we think.
That guy's an amazing receiver.
He is a great receiver. Absolutely. He had a great year last year. All right. Who's the sleeper this year? Who's a player that we might know the name or we may not know the name? Who's going to take it to that next level this year?
You know what? For me, I got to say, and I don't know if he's a sleeper on a talent standpoint. Guys from the Redskins, I think from two things, is that people forget that this guy got drafted in the first round, okay? That he's a big running back hopeful and he got injured. And I think he's going to slip a little further than he should. Mm-hmm. And I get why, but I'm putting him as a sleeper just because someone's going to scoop him in that second round.
Yeah. Oh, he'll go further than that.
You think he'll go further?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what?
It's a sleeper. He should go.
But
he should go.
Depending on the leagues, right? I guess I should say. I mean, depending if you're in a keeper league or whatnot, but someone's going to snipe him, and I think he's an excellent running back.
Yeah.
He's seen some good success preseason, and but the way that these drafts work with the pre-rankings and the biases that come in, guys, just look out for this guy. He's not. I don't think he's going to be a bad person to take a risk on. That's my sleeper.
No, that's a great pick. Actually, that's a really good pick. I really like that one. For Maddie, you go ahead. I'll leave mine to the end.
Going deep sleeper here.
Yeah, deep.
I'm singing Singletary from Buffalo.
Singletary from Buffalo. You know what?
Wow.
You and me must be looking at the same YouTube clips because that guy, he's had some awesome little runs during the preseason. Great pick, but do you think he's going to get the ball enough to be able to be a big threat?
I mean, it's gonna be a crowded back. Mm-hmm. I think he's more of a stash than kind of a plug and play right away in week 1. But I think give it week 4, week 5, the guy is gonna win you the league. He's gonna be the Philip Lindsay in my perspective.
Really?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
And
I like
he called
that.
it from now.
You know what? If he ends up being a fantasy just blow up, you might be up for a loofah next year.
Yeah, maybe we pay him.
Maybe we pay him.
Maybe we think about it.
like
you know
that.
what? I know we were talking about not letting him run with the team, the fantasy team.
We'll get to that.
Well, we'll get to that in a
Don't
second.
worry.
But I'm starting to like the cut of his jib. I think I want him to run with it. We'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
Who's my sleeper? Here's a little guy for you, all right? For all you fantasy guys. I've been reading up on this stuff because I got the baby at home. I'm doing a lot of reading. Between the crying, I'm doing a lot of reading. A little Miles Stanley. Who's Miles Stanley? He's right now probably second or third running back.
Is he a punter for the Seattle
He hasn't. And you know what? You watch your mouth when you talk to me about that. That guy last year tore it up, and you know he did. And you owe an apology. Next week, I demand an apology for how good he was last week.
Had some good moments.
Hey. Next week, I want my apology.
Okay, speaking of punters and kickers really quickly, did you see the tackle that the San Fran guy did on the...
No, I did not see it.
Oh, it was the most amazing thing ever.
Oh, we got something in rapid banter for kickers. We'll get to that in a second. But Miles Stanley, running back, Philadelphia Eagles. This guy basically took over the Penn State job, Saquon Barkley's position, after he went to the NFL. And you would think there'd be a huge regression. There wasn't. At Penn State, this kid tore it up. He's fast. He's elusive. He's got everything going for him. Granted, he's got a little bit of a competition going on in Philly, but mark my words, by, I would say, week 6, it's his position to have and take, and this is your sleeper of the year.
You know what? Not bad, especially the situation that he went into. I like that pick, Mitch, all jokes aside, because Philadelphia, with the coaching regime that they have, the thing with the Philadelphia Eagles is they're okay rotating through their players. And we've seen that, for the last few years. So, you know what? Good pick.
You know what? Thank you. I'm telling you. You know what?
You're welcome.
You gotta sit down. Let me just say one thing about fantasy. Do you know why I like this? This is fun. It is fun to sit there and kind of analyze and see who and what. And truthfully, I do think there is something to it. I think there is like a mathematical equation. I know it sounds a little crazy to say, but I think there's something to it. In fact, I almost guarantee it is, because remember last year I went to Vegas and I like to play FanDuel. I like to do DraftKings. It's my new favorite thing to do. And all of a sudden I get down to Vegas and I can't pull it up. When Vegas says, hey, no, we don't want you guys betting on this kind of stuff because it's going to cut away from our action. You know that fantasy has this crazy hold on the NFL world.
And if you're not down with fantasy, you know where else you could go?
Where?
Game Changers.
Game Changers. Kelly Kellner.
The man.
That man. That's it.
He got a good thing. He got the Joe Madden show
he's got
going
a
on.
lot of things going on right now.
We can talk about that later.
He's going to be on soon.
We can talk about that
later. He's got a lot
later.
to say about all that fun stuff.
Roster, get on the Facebook,
Let's do it.
Twitter, Instagram, however you want to do it. Get on the channels. Let us know who's your sleeper, who's your number one.
Yeah, let us know.
And for those that are in the draft, we'll see.
We'll see. And I'd love to say good luck to you, but I don't mean it. I don't mean it. Now, should we break it to Marketing Matt? The news.
Okay, Marketing Matt.
You know what? You know him better. You tell him.
Did I get kicked?
Maybe because
No.
Maybe because I know
Crazy.
him better.
Yeah.
Maybe you tell him.
I think it's time. The bottle is empty. You guys have emptied the rosé. It's time.
By the way, Rosé review this week comes courtesy of my wife.
10 out of 10
Katrina.
for me, at least.
What's the name of there?
Okay, so it's called the Pamplune. It's a grape wine with natural grapefruit and peach flavors.
Yes.
You know what? I got the grapefruit, but it kind of reminds me of like Turkish delight. You know, a nice,
right.
You know, a nice dessert. Let's read it. The Pamplune is an exciting blend of quality rosé with tangy aromas of natural grapefruit and a touch of peach, resulting in a vibrant and refreshing drink. Serve chilled or ice as an aperitif. Of course, that being the French term for a appetizing drink.
It was,
Yes.
and it is. And thank you, Katrina.
Rosé review.
Rosé review. All right, let's get down to it. Matt,
bro-
listen, what's happened is this. We had an influx of people that wanted to join the draft.
Too much demand.
There was a lot of demand.
Little
You
supply,
saw it.
high
I mean,
demand.
you were supplying it. So, this is what happened. We gave up our spot because we're good hosts. This is what we do. You're welcome. We're joining your team.
Sure.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, that's
It's us
fine.
three
That's
against
cool.
them. This is it.
Now-
This is why we do this together.
Now,
We're a
Matt,
team, Matt. We're a team.
You know,
You were saying this with like a bad demeanor. I'm happy. Let's do it.
You're happy about it.
Let's do it.
Well, you know what? Dimitri made it seem like you're a little selfish and you didn't want us on the team. So that's what I thought was going on.
I just feel it might steal our thunder. Look, all
We're
I'm gonna
keeping
say
the
is
name
this.
Marketing Matt, though, at
I
least.
love the insights. I love where your head's at. No pressure, but you know, don't make us look stupid either.
You know what?
So are we drafting together?
Yeah, we're gonna draft together. In fact, you know what?
No.
This is how much we love you and trust you. You do the draft.
We're happy with what you select.
You select the whole thing. It's all up to you.
Yeah.
Will we come in and
This
change
is all
everything?
being recorded.
Absolutely. We're coming in and we will change everything top to bottom.
It's we have a full confidence. We've heard some of your insights. We're happy already.
You know what? He impressed me.
Exceeded my expectations.
Can I just say he won the interview? He didn't even know he's being interviewed.
he won the interview?
He won the interview.
So you know, but we've been a team before. We've been a team.
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
true.
You do your draft. You do. We support
all yours.
you. We support you, and I want to really stress this through the good times and the bad.
Right.
We are not going to be the guys that are going to come to you if you lose 1 week and
No.
say, "Why the hell did you draft this guy? Can't believe you lost to this guy." We're not doing that.
No, we're not. No.
Marketing Matt.
We're not those guys.
We're not even going to look. You tell us what the team is.
We're
when
not
you're
gonna
done.
look?
No. When the team's drafted, you let him do his thing.
Right.
Then we're going to see.
You're gonna give us the passwords, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, we got passwords.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not even worried about
I'm not
passwords.
worried.
Buddy.
We got this in the bag.
Marketing Matt. I'm just going to show up at the end of the day, at the end of the year, and just collect the money.
That's it.
Like, I
Done.
look at this as I might as well spend the money.
You know what?
I don't get
Spend
paid again.
You go ahead. You spend it.
I'm going to spend it.
I'm giving you the insight. You go ahead and spend. I'm that confident he's gonna win this for us.
Holy smokes.
Well, okay.
Could you imagine if like Paul and Tasso? Okay, if Tasso gets regulated,
Yeah.
if he finishes, do we take the golden loofah away?
No, that's earned for different reasons.
Okay, fair enough. Just wanted to throw it out.
But
I don't
it
agree
would
with
be
it.
a little embarrassing to Tasso if somehow he was to get relegated.
That's only if he's using steroids while he's figuring things out.
Yeah, because performance-enhancing loofahs, Jeff, are a no-no.
Yeah, exactly. That's the truth.
They are the PELs are a no-no in my world, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, there it is. There's your NFL Inside for fantasy football for everybody and their dog. That's
You're
gonna, right before we jump off this and we go to the CFL Maclin Minute, because it only really takes a minute, let's just quickly talk about the huge thing that happened this just a few days ago. Andrew Luck calls his retirement. Here's a 29-year-old, turns 30 in a couple of weeks, 29 years old, and he retires from the NFL. This guy, Jeff, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. This guy is literally one of the premier quarterbacks in the league. He called his retirement kind of out of nowhere. Everyone, the world was shocked. The NFL world for sure was shocked. Dimitri, what do you think?
Yeah, the world was shocked. Look, I'll tell you what I think. Look, the guy's done. Okay, the guy's done physically. We know that that's a part of it, but the guy's done mentally. And I got to say, Andrew Luck to me has gained more respect now in this play than anything, and it just solidifies what kind of a dude he is. Number one, look, he came to the Indianapolis Colts after the Peyton Manning regime, a team that had that Peyton Manning, that pedigree, the man. Those are hard shoes to fill. And guess what he does? He fills them.
Yeah, he does.
And he has success, and he takes them into the playoffs, and he makes that team exciting. It's if I can compare it, sorry, but to our Packers, where you had that Favre Rodgers transfer of power. Like we were so blessed, and the Colts were so blessed to have that type of succession. But let's call it what it is. The guy's been plagued with injuries, and really bad injuries, and to the point where what I respect about Andrew Luck is he knows he's getting paid tens of millions of dollars a year to perform a job. And he knows that he can't fulfill that job for the money he's getting paid. And this was one of the most noble moves for himself and for the organization to say, hey, I have to step aside. I can't give you what you're paying me. I can't even mentally come in and go. And I actually can't believe that this guy's getting flack from people.
Yeah, man.
And I'll tell you what upsets me more about the flack that he's getting. Every single NFL player that has been asked about the Andrew Luck situation has come to his side, understanding, because they put on those cleats. They get on the field. They take the hits. It's the fucking losers that are on the sideline that are criticizing that guy. That are those idiot sportscasters and analysts and guys that think they have an opinion. Did you ever think to look at that stat that every compatriot of Andrew Luck is coming to his aid, but it's these guys that are looking to get follows and likes? And I'm sorry for throwing the F-bomb, but it's season 3, episode 1, and it's real locker room talk.
That's it.
You know what? Screw you. Unacceptable, and take it back.
I love it.
I think I just wanted to interject one point, and I haven't been following the story, but I think you got to look at, retiring at 29 sounds wonderful, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
But then you look at the other side of the coin, like you said, the guy is beat to shit at 29, right? His body's never going to be the same.
Watch this, Jeff. Great segue. Torn. These are drafted first overall in 2012. Listen to this. Torn cartilage in 2 ribs, partially torn abdomen, lacerated kidney, concussion, torn labrum and throwing shoulder, calf and ankle injury, and he missed the entire 2017 season. This dude has been destroyed, and he still was able to stand up. And you know what the worst part is? The hardest hit he probably took was when he got booed off the field the other day when he left. That was probably the hardest hit he took, because he's the guy that you can tell that stuff bothers him. So I'm with you, Dimitri, 100%. Good on you, Andrew Luck. It couldn't have been easy, man. This guy, you can tell he's a competitor. He wanted to be there, but he finally said, man, this is going to destroy me. You know what the worst part is as a fan is, in 10 years from now or 15 years from now, by the time he retires, are we going to really truly remember Andrew Luck? And here he is walking into a Starbucks and he's got a cane and he can't walk and he can't move his shoulder. well, he still can, and good on you, man. Bottom line, it is what it is. It's sad, but because he's a great player, and that's what we're all gonna miss.
That's right.
It crushed everyone because superstar. There was a Instagram picture going around where some people were making some prop bets. Somebody put $1,000 on him winning MVP this year in July. So I mean, there was a lot of hope for him to have a huge year, and it's just too bad.
So this one really bothered me because it's you see he's broken.
Yeah.
Like you can't, like this guy left a lot on the table: money,
Absolutely.
career, legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
And he's seen some successes, and that's why it really bothers me that, look, we have a podcast where we get to give our opinions, and sometimes, you know what, I'm kind of calling the pot, or I'm the pot calling the kettle black, because sometimes I rip into people, and that's fine. But what I won't do is, if I see that like Jeff, it would be like me giving my 2 cents about what it's like being a band going from town to town and city to city without getting the opinions of people that actually are doing that circuit. Before I open my mouth, I'm just going to ask people first.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of musicians checked out before 27, so.
Yeah, true enough.
Exactly.
Anyways, that's my 2 cents.
There
Sorry.
it is. There it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. From there, we got to go to the CFL Maclin Minute. You gonna time me? You want to time me?
You want me to time it? Hold on. Wait for it.
I'm just loving the theme music. I don't even want to do it. I just like, if I was a wrestler, this is the music I want when people are like, "Oh my God, he's coming!"
This is the walking music for
This
Mitch.
is my walking music.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Go.
All right. Well, listen. This is the CFL Maclin Minute. Bottom line: what's wrong with BC? I can't figure it out. They're 1-8, and they look like they cannot figure it out. Calgary Stampeders used to be the premier team, and they also cannot figure it out. They're good, they're bad. Poor Toronto. They just can't buy a win. They just seem to lose. You know who's actually not bad? Saskatchewan. Keep going, Saskatchewan Rough Rider fans. You know why? I respect you.
Home of the Maclin Minute.
Home of the
really.
Maclin Minute. It's so true. And you know what? A little homage to your team, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Jeff. They're great.
Bombers!
However, they cannot take care of a field. The Packers and the Raiders decided to go there for a little preseason. 80-yard field. They couldn't figure it out. Hey, here's an idea, NFL fans. NFL teams come up to CFL field. They play on the CFL field.
10
NFL
seconds.
rules, CFL field. Right?
Okay.
There's your Maclin Minute.
Wow. And you had 4 seconds to spare.
I was going to throw something in, but I decided, oh, no.
You got scared.
Well, I'd actually like to see some of those NFL teams play with a CFL ball.
You know what? I would love to-
That would be hilarious. I
Hey,
think.
you know what? I think that's a great idea. Now that's what we've talked before. We're marketing guys. We all got ideas around the table. We can do this.
We can do this.
can
And
do
you know what? You know what, Jeff? Maybe you got to cue up the same music because we promised.
Yep.
And I'm gonna throw it over the plate
Do it all right.
with the first ever Major League Minute. That's right. We hear the calls and we answer it.
I'm going to time you.
Are you gonna time me now?
I got you.
You're gonna time me. I got
You can start now.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's just get you up to speed, okay? Number one, let's go to the AL East. We got the New York Yankees. The Yankees, just being the Yankees, top of the division. Little pressure from the Rays, but let's be honest, they're going to close it out. When we get into the Central, that's when we get a little more exciting because we got the Minnesota Twins and we got Ricky Vaughn and the Cleveland Indians.
What?
They're right, the wild thing, he's right on their tail. Houston Astros, basically doing the Houston Astros thing. Now let me show you what else is happening here. We got the Atlanta Braves. They're going to win their division. We got the St. Louis Cardinals. This one, the NL Central. I mean, this is heating up. You got the Cardinals, the Cubs, and the Brewers. Right? They're all fighting. Dodgers are going to win, but I just got to bring it home with the Canadian team. The Toronto Blue Jays are doing exactly
10
what
seconds.
the Blue Jays do. That's have amazing players and not know what to do with them. Except my boy Bichette, which I renamed the Bichetti because he is slicing the league.
There it is.
Major League Minute.
Not bad.
Not bad for my first
You know
one.
what? That was pretty good.
That was, see?
And you know nothing about baseball, I realized.
But it sounds like I
It
do.
sounded great. Well done.
See, notes.
You know what?
I had
Notes.
notes.
You wrote notes.
It's all about notes.
Well, let me tell you about notes.
A, B, C, sharp, D.
I don't know why they're laughing. Well, from there, we go to everyone's truly favorite segment. It's Rapid Banter.
Yes.
It's time. It's time to bring it back. It's time, we have some fun with it. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Marketing Matt left. Jeff, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Let's get it going. Lots happened during the summer, so I had to go back. There's a lot. So I apologize now because some things might have been a couple of weeks ago.
Fair point.
Just letting you know.
It's cool.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. McGregor was on video. He was taped punching an old man in a bar in Ireland. That's what you get for not taking the taste test or worth the punch, not drinking that crap. Like, it was worth that old man said, you know what, that's crappy. I don't mind. Punch me in the face as much as you want.
Yeah, well, hey, he went down in the first.
Rapid banter. I like that. All right. Jay-Z is now an NFL ambassador. Many people think he's a traitor. I got 100 problems and the NFL is not one.
N to the fizzle, L to the lizzle.
Rapid banter. I like that one. It was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Colin Kaepernick found out that our boy Luck retired. Worth a shot, or I'd rather see him take a knee again?
Who?
Rapid banter. Let's go over back to your baseball. Baseball this past weekend had their annual Players Weekend. So instead of their names on their back, they had their nicknames on the back. Cheesy marketing ploy or Mitchapalooza?
Thank Vince McMahon. He hate me.
Rapid banter. That's pretty good. With Andrew Luck retiring so unexpectedly, does this prove that Tom Brady is immortal?
Next to Hulk Hogan? Yes.
Rapid banter. Just last week, Spanish bullfighter was gorged in the crotch. Is this a cheaper way of getting gender transformation, or is this the best way to get yourself killed?
It's just another marketing Matt Friday night.
Rapid banter. Do you know who wouldn't have gotten gorged? Chase Outlaw.
Chase Outlaw.
I'm telling you, he will show up a lot on this podcast. I'm telling you right now. He will show up a lot on this podcast.
Wow. You're right.
Love is in the air. PK Subban got engaged on the weekend. So did Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. Dimitri, you just celebrated your anniversary on the weekend. What advice do you give to these couples?
Rapid banter.
Jay Cutler versus his wife Kristen Cavallari had a date night. They went
Rapid banter. We're not talking anything. No,
there was something interesting there.
Through the Jay Cutler. You're doing it to spite me. Yeah, move along.
I might have
move along.
Aaron Rodgers, I told you last week he went to Winnipeg. He showed up with the Canadian tuxedo, all in denim. Is he the NFL's new fashionista?
It's the greatest conversion rate I've seen.
Rapid banter. Oakland Raiders, they are just embroiled with controversy right now. You got AB. He's got his feet like frostbitten. He can't seem to like his helmet. He is put in 2 grievances about the helmet he's wearing. And they're on Hard Knocks right now with HBO, right?
Yeah.
The ratings came out. The ratings show that Pittsburgh is the #1 city watching Hard Knocks. Is it time for Pittsburgh to get over AB, or should AB try to reconcile with Pittsburgh?
All I know is that with AB in Oakland, they could film The Last Boy Scout too.
Rapid banter. Tyson Fury says he can knock out Ruiz with one hand behind his back. Marketing ploy or one-arm boxing as a new sport?
A little bit of both.
Rapid banter. Carly Lloyd, U.S. soccer team member, was spotted crushing 55-yarders at Eagles practice. How far away are we from seeing lady kickers in the NFL?
You know what? I'm going to be diplomatic and say hopefully soon.
Rapid banter. Jimmy Garoppolo, last week, played in his preseason, went 1 for 6, 0 yards. He's one of the highest paid players in the league. If you're a 49er fan, can't judge a book by its cover, or damn, can we get our money back?
Let me tell you something. He must be off because the girl he was dating was doing 4-on-1s. Rapid banter.
You know what? You are much wittier than sometimes I give you credit for. There's days I say to myself, what's he going to pull out? And I forgot completely about that. Oh, that's some good stuff. All right, we didn't talk about it earlier, but let's get to it. Zeke Elliott, running back for Dallas, he's holding out. He wants to be the highest paid running back in the NFL, so he decided to negotiate from the hotbed of the NFL, Cabo, Mexico. Okay? Mm-hmm. Will Zeke get paid, or is he going to just be taking a long siesta this year?
He'll get paid.
Rapid banter. Really? Baker Mayfield, in an interview last week, said, "I can't believe the Giants took Daniel Jones in the draft. In the brotherhood of quarterbacks, is Baker being a hater or freedom of speech? This is America."
Baker hater.
Rapid banter. Celebrity boxing is back. A few weeks ago, there was a rant caught on camera, a guy going crazy in a bagel joint. Not sure if you saw that. Well, that bagel guy that did that rant, he's become a crazy celebrity. So thanks to the world for that. Not really. He's going to fight Lenny Dykstra. He used to be an MLBer, and he's ashamed this guy's like a crazy fraudster. Dykstra went out and said that Dykstra went out last week and said, this guy's got a 1-inch penis. Are those fighting words? Or sticks and stones may break my bones, but allegations will never hurt me.
Coming from Dykstra, I think fact.
Rapid banter. Back to Baker. He was spotted throwing darts to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who do you trust over him in the middle? OBJ or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I'll take it over the pants, BJ. Rapid banter.
Unbelievable. Fights have been breaking out all over the states. Freedom of speech? Nope. Immigration rules? Nope. It's who's got the best chicken sandwich. Is it Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A. Wendy's or Popeyes? Dimitri, end the controversy. Who's got the best chicken sandwich?
I'm only doing this for you, brother-in-law Mitch. Popeyes.
Rapid banter. I don't know what that means.
He'll get it.
All right. Max Domi last week said, growing up in Toronto, his dad played on the Maple Leafs. Toronto fans are amazing. But he said the Montreal fans are the best hockey fans in the entire world. Is he right?
100%.
Rapid banter. Last one. We'll end it with hockey since we started the podcast with hockey.
Okay.
Mitch Marner and Tkachuk has still not been signed. What's going on with this?
Just playing the game, baby.
Rapid banter. There it is.
Wow.
Rapid banter.
Unbelievable.
Done. Season 3. There it is.
Wow.
I love it.
Did we even leave?
No.
It's great. You can't teach this.
It was you know what? I had to go back. I had to really think about it this week.
Great rapid banter. Your best rapid banter 2019.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Best rapid banter season 3.
No, sir. Your answers, best rapid banters. From there, we finish off with everyone's favorite segment. Jeff, we're
Maga.
1 minute and 28 seconds over the time limit. But not bad considering what's been going on.
Yeah.
They're a little rusty.
Little rusty.
Yeah.
They'll get there.
Little rusty.
Little rusty. That's okay. We'll get there.
Yeah, they're usually 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. We're waiting. Listen.
Thank you.
Next week, long weekend's coming. September long weekend's
That's
coming.
right.
Which means what? Right after long weekend means what?
Just don't wear your whites.
Don't wear your whites.
Don't do it.
That's also
It's
true.
bad luck.
Why don't you wear the whites? I've never understood
I
what the
don't know,
whole
because
thing
I'm a
is. Anyone know
white-wearing
that?
guy. I think the white jean is underrated. I'm just saying.
I haven't seen white jean in a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You take me to
Just
the
in
90s.
general, I haven't seen
You put me in the 90s, and it's Mondetta sweaters, Varney, and white jeans.
Isn't that the truth?
I mean,
Every time I think of white jeans, it's. I
I got you, Jeff. I got you.
You two are just kindred spirits today.
You know what? We like the music.
Yeah,
we like the music.
Well, the other thing
Jeff,
that
there's
happens.
something I have to tell you. Dad?
This is how we didn't know how to come out and tell you, but so what happens after long weekend is also it's the start of the school year. Listen,
Yes.
we know there's a lot of kids that listen to the podcast and a lot of
We love
parents,
kids.
and we want to help you guys in the Maga Malaka rendition of going back to school.
That's right.
We want to help out. What's a Maga? What's a Malaka? How can we help out? We're here to help.
We were never those kids.
No.
But you felt sorry for those kids that got bullied because they're losers.
Right.
Because the parents set them up to be losers.
Right.
For crying out loud, parents.
Come on.
Listen to the podcast.
Listen to the podcast.
Don't do it for
We're
us.
setting you up here.
We know you haven't done it's been 3 seasons. You haven't done it for us.
Right.
But do it for the kids.
All right.
Listen for the kids.
Here we go. Maga Malaka.
Okay.
Going back to school. Ready?
I'm ready.
Jeff, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Mark and Matt, you ready?
Yep.
Even though you cut down the podcast? Awesome. Fantastic. Seeing your buddies after the summer holidays. Maga or Malaka?
Oh, Maga.
All right, I'll give you Maga.
You got to keep it going.
I like to think that I saw him through the whole summer. You know, that's. I'd like to think that the
You can
friendship
take
wasn't broken.
you can take a week off.
Fair enough.
But
I
you know,
get
you
you.
got to see him. You got to
Alright.
see him.
What about new clothes? Like you go out, you get the new shoes, the
Maga.
pants. You like
a
the
must.
Maga?
It's a must. The first 3 weeks are statement weeks.
Statement weeks?
You got to come up with new
You gotta-
clothes.
You know what? Good point. And then you recycle. You wear the
Then
same.
you go back to the old stuff.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Did you wear jeans or jogging pants for the first part of your life? Like, let's call it grade 1 to 6.
Grade 1 to 6?
Yeah.
Definitely the jogging pants.
Jogging pants, hardcore,
Yeah,
right?
but when I got into closer to the grade 5 to 6 was jean.
Really?
Junior high, all jean.
All jean.
All jean.
I was very much jogging pants.
Yeah, but well, that explains a lot. High school was a mix of jean and then fabric.
And what?
Fabric pants.
Oh, fabric.
More of a dressier.
really?
Dressier. Latitude was a great store for a lot of
really?
people. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I'm below the belt. I'm just
So
throwing that out
Maga there. We'll go with
100% Maga.
All right, Maga it is. Maga. What about if you're a kid going to school? New grade. Obviously, you've upped the grade. You're up.
Yeah.
Are you nervous? Is this a Maga move or a Malaka move? Me? I'm all about the Malaka. I'd rather stay. Give me back. I like doing things twice.
Marketing Matt, you're fresh. You're the freshest out of school. Why,
Yeah.
why don't you let us know?
I don't know this one, man. Why are you asking
Just
me?
pick one. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Maga. Let's go Maga.
You
He's
want to move
smart.
up?
He's
Yeah,
smart.
Keep going.
You don't sound confident. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
This is our premier segment, Matt. We don't need half-ass answers.
That's true.
We want
It's-
conviction.
Exactly.
I'm
Listen,
sure.
going into grade 7, all of a sudden you got to start doing gym class with kids you've never really met before. You got to put it on the shorts. You got to change in front of them. Maga or Malaka? Gym class.
You know what? I got to say Maga. At least you got the change.
You know what? It is a Maga, but it's a stressful day.
But what a swass-filled locker room.
Well, it's horrible.
Like puberty's
lot of
hitting
hormones.
hard.
Yeah,
You
lot of
know,
things
like guys
going
are
on.
coming in with skid marks. You know what I mean? They're not like it's a bad. Ooh. I think you're right, Jeff. Malaka's right.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very intimidating. Very intimidating.
Oof.
A lot going on there.
it's a tough one.
It's a tough
I
one.
remember one time in grade 9 in gym class, I pantsed the kid. He was on the uneven bars and he was hanging.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to take his whole
That's the
underwear
thing
down.
about gym class. The only thing that was fun was the abuse.
Maga or Malaka taking the bus.
Yeah, I got to go Maga.
I gotta go Maga too.
Yeah, I like the
it's like
bus.
your first little piece of independence.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know
it's
what
the
I mean?
crew. It's the
Yeah.
bus crew.
I'm doing it, Ma. I'm going on the bus.
yeah, exactly.
I almost teared up right now thinking Costantino going on the bus. I can't even do it. I can't even do this. I can't do this. I can't even handle it. I'm like losing my mind here. I can't handle
crazy.
it. I'm driving them to school every day. I can't do it. What about getting a ride from your parents to school? Maga or Malaka?
Super Maga. Loved it.
That's a Maga
Are you
move?
crazy? Show up right in front of the doors.
Okay,
But
who's a bigger Maga? The kid that takes the bus or the one that gets a ride from his mom?
I'll tell you who it was. The guy who gets a ride from his mom steps out the door, lights up a cigarette, and waits 5 minutes to walk through the doors.
I don't even think that happened for you.
It did, yeah, it did.
You smoked right in front of your mom.
Well, yeah, she caught me. So then
So
the cat
getting
was
beats
out
in
the
front of
bag.
your friends by your mom is cool. It's a Maga move.
Off camera, I'll tell you the story how I
Sure.
got caught. But that did happen in grade 12. They knew.
like
They knew
it.
it was about.
All right, couple more and we'll go because we got to go.
Fair.
And we got to revamp. Mark and Matt, you got in my head now. You got in my head. We're going to revamp the whole show again. We're taking another month off.
Wait, what did I do? What did I do?
You messed me up, Matt.
I don't know. Just don't mess up the draft, okay?
All right. You're
Sorry,
in
we
high
have
school
confidence
now.
in
You're
you.
in high school.
Yeah.
Maga or Malaka? Smoking or vaping? What's the Maga move?
Oh, just smoke.
Just smoke?
No. The vaping's too dangerous.
No, I agree. If you're gonna
Smoke.
smoke, you gotta smoke. Man.
Smoke, right?
Get some cigarettes.
Grab some
know.
the Maurier.
They got it easy now. Hold on. I have to go behind the max. Okay?
Right.
With my $20, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay?
I completely
They got
understand.
it easy now. They got stores for that.
I love it. What about Maga or Malaka excuses? You got to come up with new excuses why you didn't get your homework done. Is that a Maga or Malaka thing?
Yeah, it's a Maga because it really touches into the artistic creativity of someone. Because
Couldn't
look, the
agree more.
dog ate the homework doesn't
Yeah,
work.
is that-
I had this. I had it.
My
doesn't work.
Wi-Fi was down.
Yeah, you
exactly. It's a different game.
you got to be creative.
Gotta be creative.
And to me,
Yeah.
that shows a very brilliant mind.
Right. Maga or Malaka, last one. There's a girl you like. You're walking up to her. Do you just push her? Like, you know that whole thing, like, yeah, you're kind of aggressive to her to show you like her, or do you just spill your heart?
Marketing Matt, I need advice now.
Yeah,
I'm
we
out
need
of the
advice.
game.
What do you do, Marketing Matt?
We're all out of the
We
game.
forgot about
what
all
do
this.
you do?
Yeah.
Aggressive assertiveness.
Aggressive assertiveness.
Aggressive?
There it is.
Assertiveness. Well, and you can't
Maga,
teach
Maga.
that.
There, you can't do it.
You know, that's just,
There it is.
wow.
Season 3 in the books. Episode 91
Wow.
in the books.
91, the Sergey Fedorov of the podcast.
Yes.
You know, we're talking great things. Look, it has been great to be back, not just with you, Mitch, but with Jeff, with Marketing Matt. It's good to be back in the studio here, but let's talk about it. Look, we're in Alchemy Studios. You go to alchemystudio.ca. But follow us on the channels, reallockerroomtalk.com, at Mitch and Dimitri, at Real Locker Room Talk on Twitter and YouTube. Guys, please help us out. Get following. Be part of the pack. We want to thank everyone. We want to thank Headversity.com, AgaveGreekRadio.com, and we just want to thank God that we are back because
it feels
love
good.
It really
feels
does.
good.
It really does. Look, Season 3, Episode 1, we are now shoving in the locker because we got to hit the showers.
Let's do it. You take those pants off right now.
Na-na-na-na. Whoa, slow down. It's a great rosé, though.
It was a nice rosé. You know what? It hit
Honestly,
the
the best one
spot.
we've had.
I think so. Well done.
That's funny.
Hey, what's better than a long field goal? A long field goal with